Howdy, howdy. Little not situated, right? Howdy, howdy. Welcome on into the pre-show before the free show. Hi, Tup.
Hi. Hello. I'm the Tep she talked about. That's me. I'm Greg.
1G.
1G, yeah. And by the way, I told you we don't trust the manager of the United States national team,
Yeah.
Gio Reyna, just like conspicuously absent. Huh.
It felt.
I tell
it
you
ended
what,
in a
if
draw.
Berhalter had one G on the end of his name, bet he would have subbed in Gio Reyna.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It felt like a loss because they were so dominant in the first half.
Oh yeah.
Like that
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
This is
felt
your
like
United
a
States
loss.
men's national team postgame show here. Oh yeah. Oh, this was you let one slip away. And here's what sucks. What sucks is that if you had won that game, if you'd won that match, you're really feeling good about things. You're really feeling good because like you're probably going to beat Iran. Iran's not very good. And then you don't have to beat like you don't have to get anything out of the game against England to
Which is
advance.
the one that
And now
you have to.
Now what has to happen is you either have to get a point off of England, which is going to be a chore, because as much as I don't like the Brits, and I don't like the Brits, they're pretty good. They look pretty good. And so what it's going to end up coming down to, really and truly, is they got to hang against England. Don't lose like 4-0, right? Hang. Lose 2-1, right? Or 1-0. And then it's going to come down to who can beat Iran the worst.
Yep.
So, like, if you're, like, the United States is going to go into that game.
Which that's our third game, right?
No,
'Cause
yeah.
England's up next on Friday.
They're going to know what they need to do. Like, they're going to know what they need to do, assuming England beats Wales, which they
Right.
should.
But even if you know you have to beat them by 4 goals, that's not necessarily
No, that's tough.
easy. Like that doesn't make it any easier.
That's tough. And so,
Like knowing is nice, but
yeah. And so they're going to have to go. So even if they go in there, let's say they go in there and they need to beat them by 3 goals. That's tough. Beating anybody by 3 goals is tough.
so just beat England and get it over with.
If you beat England,
You're feeling pretty
then
good.
you're right back. Then basically, here's the thing.
Then don't
Then
sleep
you
on
have
Iran.
Then you have 4 points out of your first 2 matches, which was always going to be the goal. But you just did it in reverse. Beat Wales and draw. Beat Wales, draw England is like the dream start.
And we
So
not
instead,
up
so
to
and
that.
again, it just all like just a dismal challenge from Walker Zimmerman. What are you doing? What are you doing? What's the best thing that's going to happen by doing that? Like, is a clear penalty, and then I was very upset, very perturbed. But I'm a QPR fan, so I'm used to being disappointed by soccer. So I'm built for this. That Mexico and Poland match is coming down to the wire. It was scoreless. Poland missed a
I haven't
penalty.
kept up with it.
Poland missed a penalty. Let's see how it's going. It was in stoppage time when I had to walk in here and do this show. And full time, it's gone scoreless. So Poland's going to feel like they need it. They
What
had
pool
they had
is
a penalty.
that?
They had a penalty. Pool C
And we're B, right?
or B.
I remember these things.
Yeah. And so
I'm invested.
at least Mexico didn't win, so that's good. Good things. And yeah, that's your World Cup report for today. What's your day look like tomorrow? Tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving Eve. What's your day look like tomorrow? Headbands.
Working. And then
Real slave driver.
that's what you are. And then just kind of prepping. We're going to my aunt's house who resides in the 512 in Austin. So I will just be making the trip down Thanksgiving Day.
Got it.
So just honestly, I'm going to spend tomorrow afternoon kind of getting my life together.
Yeah.
Maybe some laundry and some house cleaning that I have absolutely neglected to do for the past month through all the chaos.
If I finish up my spotter boards for the game that I'm calling on Friday, can you laminate them?
I can. Man, that brings me nothing but joy.
I know you, and here's the thing: that's a symbiotic relationship right there.
Yeah, because
I
he's
need
not
something.
just going, "Hey, you laminate my
Do
boards
this.
for me."
I don't know how to do it. I would hurt myself.
Mm-hmm.
You do know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And more than that, I don't feel bad asking you to do it because I know you like doing that.
I love laminating.
Yeah.
Period. End of statement. It is I've told everybody in this office that we have a little like carved out area where I guess it's the workroom where our printer and all office supplies, everyone has one, but the laminator resides in the little workspace. And I've told everyone, if you see me in there laminating, do not disturb me, because that's like my 5 minutes of like pure authentic joy.
Yeah.
It's very satisfying. It's calming. Sometimes I just laminate just to do it.
Yeah. It's like my wife.
Mm-hmm. My wife.
This is going to sound strange. I think we all have our things that are chores to other people that you love.
Mm-hmm.
My wife loves to vacuum. She loves vacuuming.
It's satisfying.
It is. That's exactly it. This is going to sound weird.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I've expressed this before.
I think to me you have.
Don't hate cleaning the toilet.
Yeah.
I don't hate cleaning the toilet. Got the gloves.
It's
You know what I
weird,
mean?
But,
But then when it's done, it's like, you talk about like preparing like something for yourself, like a gift for yourself.
yeah, that's
what
true.
it is.
I will say,
Because a clean toilet.
I know my brother. It was always a fight to get my brother to clean a bathroom. Like he cannot stand cleaning a bathroom. I think he's better now that he's a little bit older, but I always, like, that was not a problem for me, because I was like, because taking a fresh shower in a freshly cleaned shower
Yes.
is like, you feel even more clean, you know?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Like,
you feel
it makes
double
the
clean.
yeah, it makes like getting in bed that night going, dude, I am like just clean.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely. For sure. Anyway, that's clean talk and World Cup talk. Where else are you going to get that? At the Theme Expo. Pickle! To the air sound. Yes, y'all. From the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful Lewisville, Texas. It is Texas Football Today, a show that is getting ready. I've been seeing people tweeting, Pickle, about like, oh man, I got to figure out what I'm doing for Thanksgiving. I stay ready. My name's Greg Tepper.
Help me.
I'm the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine, texasfootball.com, a corresponding website. Thank you for spending part of your day with us, whether you're watching us live on texasfootball.com, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter, all of the places, or it's just in the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. Either way, thank you for doing your part. Support your local, mediocre internet show. I'm sitting over there at the helm today, making us sound good. She is the Duchess of the Dorks. She is Ashley Pickle.
Hi,
Hello,
friends.
Ashley Pickle.
We're almost there.
Miss 305.
We're almost there.
Today is Tuesday, November 22nd, 2022. Oh, it's 11/22/22.
Oh, wow. Numbers.
2 days till Thanksgiving. Happy birthday to Mark Ruffalo. And here to play older or younger than Tepper is Ashley Pickle. Mark Ruffalo, older or younger than Tepper?
I'm going to go younger since the person yesterday was older.
Mark Ruffalo turns 55 today.
Well, I think you're old as dirt, so
I think Mark Ruffalo's looking pretty good for 55.
yeah.
Good for him. Episode 1503. On today's show, folks, big show, we're going to count down the 5 biggest college football moments from the weekend. Then we'll be joined by Craig Way, the Texas High School Football Hall of Famer, to talk a little Texas High School football playoffs. Back half the show, we'll roll out the Dave Campbell's Texan Live Top 10 Plays of the Week. So you don't want to miss any of that. So make sure you're doing the thing you're doing now, which is watching this or listening to this. So stay tuned. Do we have first four through the door?
We sure do. It was... Oh, goodness. Hang on. Nick Morton, Tony Blaylock, Aaron Arbuckle, and Daniel Agnew. Welcome in, fellas.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tanner Mordecai is going to turn pro. There you go. He's going to walk at senior day and turn pro after the season. All right, Pickle. Let's get to the top 5 college football moments of the weekend. It was an eventful weekend of college football across the state of Texas. We have gone through and narrowed down the 5 biggest moments of the college football weekend, which really shaped what the whole weekend was about. We will start with number 5.
For the win, Keller knocks it in. And for the first time since October 8th, the Bobcats are back in the win column at the gun. They beat the Red Wolves 16-13, third straight win over Arkansas State for this Bobcat program.
Texas State back in the win column
Dubs.
after comeback against Arkansas State. You feel good for Texas State. There's not a ton to play for at the moment. They are 4-7. They're not going to go bowling. But this is a team that was down 10-3. And then they were down 10-3. They were down 10-3 at one point. Stormed back, tied the game on a long touchdown drive. Came back, took the lead. Arkansas State tied it, and then they were able to come back, drive down the field, and get a. There was one big roughing the passer penalty, which helped them kind of add on 15 yards, but they earned it down the wire. Lane Hatcher led them down the field for a game-winning field goal there by Seth Keller, and Texas State gets the win. Now, is this going to be enough to save our friend Jake Spavital's job? I'm skeptical.
I really, honestly don't know how to answer that question. Like, I truly,
my gut feeling. I don't have any inside information. I'll tell you if I did. My gut feeling is no. My gut feeling is this is the end of the road.
I would agree with that.
But at least they got.
But there's still games left to be played. Is the reason why that
I don't think they're going to fire him
this
week. I don't think they're going to fire him this week. They close out the season this week against Louisiana, who is that's a winnable game for them. Mm-hmm. If they're able to do that, close it out with 2 wins, back-to-back wins, that'll be a really nice kind of flurry at the end to finish 5-7. I'm not sure it's going to be enough for Jake Spavital, but we will see. Regardless, it was good to see Texas State get back in the win column. Number 4.
Sanders in motion. Robinson trying to follow his blockers, reversing field. Robinson, stutter step. Robinson turns on the Jets, and Robinson is in. Touchdown number 4 for Bijan Robinson. Now you see me. Now you don't. You can't catch him. 32 yards.
Just a pleasure to watch. Watch him press this. Patient, press it. I'm not panicking. I'm square. I'm protecting the football. I've had issues with that earlier. And then just don't speed at the end of it. Finishes the video.
Career high 230.
Bijan Robinson's career day powers Texas past Kansas. Has to feel good for them to get a little bit of revenge over Kansas. Bijan Robinson goes for 243 and 4 touchdowns. It is his career high, I want to say. Yeah, it's career high in rushing, career high in rushing touchdowns. It was spectacular. He's the one who was promised. I mean,
I hope that Texas fans are enjoy watching him because this is.
He's going to play 2 more games.
Yeah, he's leaving. He has to.
He's going to play this,
he's
and
special.
he might play a bowl game, and then that's it.
And that's a might. You know?
He's a. I mean, the records are not going to show it because he was injured at the end of last year, and I don't know if they used him enough this year, to be quite frank. But that guy is, as far as pure talent is concerned, he belongs in that upper echelon of Texas running backs.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Which is a prestigious group.
I'm not saying he's Ricky Williams, but I'm saying he's like Jamal Charles. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's really good. And they're going to end up, unfortunately for Texas, they're going to end up not having a ton to show for having a transcendent running back. The future's very bright. They've got plenty of other guys. Jaden Blue got in this game. Jonathan Brooks scored a touchdown, Mr. Texas football. There's a lot to like about Texas moving forward, but I think they're going to look back on having Bijan Robinson as a relatively missed opportunity, in my humble opinion. So, but huge game against Kansas. Number 3.
35 TDs. They're going to put a lot of points up.
So will Incarnate Word. The Cardinals out of San Antonio.
The most intriguing team. America wants to see what's up with this team. Will the offense get it done? They average 51 points a game. They're pass happy down there for head coach G.J. Kinney, but they score 50 points a game, and Lindsey Scott, their quarterback, is a stud at that position.
50 touchdowns for Lindsey Scott.
Incarnate Word makes history with national FCS seed. For the first time, the Cardinals of Incarnate Word are national seeded in the FCS ranks. So what does this mean? This means, first, they're going to buy. Big advantage for them. Big advantage. Secondly, they're going to get a home game. Okay? They're going to get to host whoever they play, whether it be Elon or Furman. Okay? Elon or Furman. They're waiting for the winner of Elon and Furman. That's Elon and Furman.
Two very notable programs.
Two programs that are real programs.
Those are household names right there.
They're going to play one another, and they'll get to host them before they probably fire a betting man and say they've played Sacramento State. That's when you're going to get to like the national seeding round. And yeah, look, Incarnate Word's dangerous. That offense, Leslie Scott Jr. and just the way that offense is humming. I am a believer in this team, and I think they've got an opportunity to make a deep run.
Well, and I was going to say, I mean, take this all in, because the way, like, the huge shift that G.J. Kinney has made there.
Lindsey Scott Jr. I said Leslie. I don't know why.
I don't know how long he'll be there, because his name is already starting to go out for much bigger jobs in higher conferences, and it's like, man, he's special.
It's gonna be a fun ride, and if you have not seen Incarnate Word, this gives you an opportunity to see them. They would play. It would be next weekend, so they're not playing this weekend, but it would be like December 3rd. They play at 3:00. So keep an eye on that one. We will be all over that one on TexasFootball.com. Number 2.
Shuck, little fade, caught, touchdown, what a play! Baylor Cup with the grab.
Red Raiders' late heroics get them bowl eligible. So the beginning of the year, before the year, here at Dave Kimball's Texas Football, talking with Mike Craven, talking with the college guys, the ROF folks. I want to say it's Ishmael and I want to say Mindy.
Sounds right.
Okay. Talking with them, we liked a lot of what Tech had, but the schedule was brutal.
Oh yeah.
Schedule was absolutely brutal, and so even though what we kept saying in the offseason was we like Tech, but it's hard to find 6 wins.
I don't care who the coach is at that point. It's
hard to find 6 wins. For them to get to a bowl in this season is a minor miracle, in my opinion. It goes back to that win over Texas.
Yes. Yeah, it really does. Well, and the other thing is, too, you've got to remember that McGuire is doing this without any really of his recruits in. And
none of his guys.
We know what he's doing on the recruiting trail right now.
This goes back to this really, like, all this sparks from the fact that they were able to beat Houston and they were able to beat Texas in overtime, both in overtime. Getting those 2 wins in your pocket allowed you to cough it up against Baylor, to lay an egg against Baylor, quite frankly. It allowed you to make up for the fact that TCU's a lot better than we thought they would be. We thought that game at TCU was like a coin flip type game. It ended up not being a coin flip type game, even though it ended up playing pretty closely. And for me, for them to be at this point, to be heading into a winnable game against OU, in my opinion, a winnable game in which I think they are only 2-point underdogs, and have an opportunity to go 7-5 in what is really kind of in a year one. It is a really impressive story, considering the schedule, considering what we saw at the beginning. I mean, they ended up playing 6 teams who were ranked when they played them.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive.
Well, and I mean, we've talked about it all year long, too. The other thing that I feel like they've really done and what Joey has really installed there is the fact that they're showing anyone that they're not scared to take chances. They are the crazy man in the fight, and that's been the mantra that they've had all season long, and it's worked. I mean, they lead the nation in going for it on 4th down. Like,
no,
why not?
They do not lead the nation. They lap the field.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. They have, so second most is, the second most, tied for second most are Baylor, Navy, and Northwestern, who've all gone for it 36 times. Tech has gone for it 45 times. So, anyway.
There is a substantial difference
But
there.
Tech is bowl eligible. That would be the biggest moment of the weekend if it weren't for number 1.
3rd down, another run. DeMercado.
Gotta get on the field.
Yeah, he got a hustle here.
Wow.
A run, and now it's a total scramble. Emergency mode for the unbeaten Horned Frogs. Hypno-toad in a hurry. Griffin Kell for the win. TCU is undefeated still.
Wow!
Unreal.
I am shaking. I can't believe what Sonny Dykes just did.
That is a walk-off, really a runoff for the ages.
Fire drill field goal is perfect TCU's latest magic act. So, in hearing from Sonny Dykes after the game, they practice that. Every team in America practices that, the fire drill field goal. And he mentioned, I think it was in the postgame press conference, he mentioned that they feel like they need 12 seconds, but they practice it with 11. They practice it with 11 seconds. That, like, 11 seconds is cutting it real close, and you're going to need a friendly clock operator to get it off. But they practice it with 11 seconds. They need 12. They had 16. Let's recognize one thing here. If they don't get that field goal off, or if they miss the field goal, right? Sonny Dykes is getting roasted right now.
Because you have 16 full seconds to set up a play.
I'll go a step further. They run the ball on 1st down with Amari DeMercado and spike it on 2nd down. So it's 3rd down with like 23 seconds, whatever it started with. They run the ball on 3rd down. There are a lot of football teams that would screw that up, including one that plays in Arlington and maybe did something similar in a playoff game. That's all I was thinking watching that. I was like,
Yes, trust me. I was having
this
flashbacks.
was an extremely risky move. Like, it worked, so we're not going to talk about that.
Right.
But it was. Because if you cost yourself a spot in the college football playoff because you decide to run the ball instead of throw the ball to pick up 3 or 4 extra yards for a field goal, hoo boy. But it worked. And so it's all sunshine and daffodils. It's a gutsy call, and you've got to trust your guys to be able to go out there and get it. So I guess what he's thinking is maybe we can get the first down, right? Maybe we can get the first down. Clock stops while they move the chains. We spike it. We kick the field goal. That's what he's thinking. But you have got to have everybody on red alert of saying, if we do not get the first down, we are in full scramble mode. Give a lot of credit to the kicker, Garrett Kell, who banged it through, who he even had, like, if you watch it, he has like 1 second to like take a deep breath before it goes. I didn't catch the holder's number, but give a lot of credit to him because he's like the captain of that unit. Right. He's the holder. Give a lot of credit to them.
It's wild. It really is. Do you realize
they like, I don't, this is going to sound like I'm talking bad about TCU, but they just keep getting away with it.
They do.
They just keep getting away with it. Now,
and
by the way, I imagine if you're a TCU fan, yeah, they don't ask how, they ask how many, and they put every one of them in the right-hand column. The other thing, like, I imagine if I'm a TCU fan, I would love to just go out there and just kick somebody's rear end. I would love to go out there and win a game 56-10. Like this week, they got Iowa State. Iowa State's not very good. They should beat Iowa State. Iowa State's got nothing to play for. But you know what this game's going to be? It's going to be like 31-30, and TCU's going to have to throw a Hail Mary to win it. Because that's the way it's gone. But there's a little bit of magic in Fort Worth right now.
They have been our number one play for, I know for a fact, at least 3 weeks in a row.
I try not to be that way.
Oh, yeah, no, but it's how are you not going to? This was like national news. How do you not put that as the top one? It's crazy.
It's remarkable.
TCU fans are going, we don't want to be in the top 5 plays of the week.
They are yeah. Wouldn't it be great if you guys had no notable plays and it was 56-7 and we were just like, hey, congratulations.
Yep.
See you at the Big 12 championship game.
Yep.
But no, probably next week we'll be talking about some hook and ladder. Anyway, it's our number one play of the week. We're Texas Football tonight. We're here every weekday at noon on TexasFootball.com, talking football in the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter at DCTF, like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbell's, and of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. And now, a word from our friends at VCR Now.
Born and bred in Texas hits a little different, as it should. Texans love doing business with fellow Texans. VCR Now takes its Texas roots as seriously as its many partnerships with schools and universities around the state. It's also why we're so proud to promote our brand in the pages of the Texas Bible, Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and on the airwaves of Texas Football Today. Driven by producing quality broadcast video, state-of-the-art audio, and LED video scoreboards at affordable prices, VCR Now makes sure to listen to your needs in its athletic department before recommending the next best steps. Building great products is our business, and it's our focus on building meaningful, long-term partnerships with our clients that sets us apart. From our 24/7, 365-day help desk, the training lab in our hometown of Red Oak, or our sports marketing business plan that puts money back in the hands of our athletic departments we support, VCR Now is built to last. Reach out to us today at info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW. Again, that's info@vcrnow.com or by calling 855-GO-VCR-NOW.
Pickle, let's go to the hotline. And let's welcome in our world-traveling friend. He's the voice of the Texas Longhorns. You can hear him on the Horn in Austin every weekday from 10 to noon with Jeff Howe. You can also see him on High School Scoreboard Live coming up this Saturday on Bally Sports Southwest. And he'll be on the call for Carthage and Gilmer Friday night on Bally Sports Southwest. We are joined by our friend Craig Way. Craig, I have an honest question because I do not know the answer to this. Where are you right now?
I'm back home.
Okay.
I'm back in Austin. I got in late last night from South Texas, which, by the way, in this season of Thanksgiving,
yes,
let me offer my Thanksgivings to you and to Pickle for pointing me in the direction of Costa Mesa, the Tex-Mex restaurant there in McAllen, because it was nothing short of outstanding. That's why I sent the photo. I did not do the patata platter because there were only 2 of us and it would take an army to eat that. But I did go with the Tampiqueña fajitas and the enchiladas, and that was tremendous. So yes, I'm back home now, but I did enjoy that, and there was basketball last night in the Valley. first time ever a Texas Longhorn team had played in the Rio Grande Valley. Maybe this is year, for the first time ever, we get a Valley team in a 5A state championship game.
It could be. It could be, considering there are a handful of teams still alive for that honor. Okay, so I want to look back on the area round and specifically kind of the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. I've got 3 teams in mind here that I want to get your read on as far as has your opinion of them or how has your opinion on them changed through the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. We'll start with the team in your neck of the woods, and that is the Lake Travis Cavaliers. How has your view of the Cavs changed maybe over the last couple of weeks?
You know, the weird thing is, Tep, I did not think that it was possible for me to have elevate my level of respect for Hank Carter and staff. I've always respected what they've done in the championships and the way they built their program. But what they did this year to cobble together, I thought that, midway through the season, it looked like a lost season, especially after the loss to Dripping Springs. I mean, I thought, okay, they're going to get in the playoffs, but I can't see them even winning their bi-district playoff game. It was a tough deal, but they managed to put enough square pegs in square holes and round pegs in round holes, although they were going well into the color chart on down to find it, to make it work. And I had Hank on my show this morning talking about it, and I said, has this season become more special to you than perhaps we had thought, given the team was 5-4 going into the playoffs? And he said, yeah, but he said, I've never been more proud of a group of guys who just kind of grit their teeth and say, no, we're not letting this group down. We're going to find a way to win this game. And they did against Steele. Now they face, I think, an even bigger challenge for Brennan, even though Brennan's only loss was to Steele. But that was August 27th when that happened by 1 point. So, I've come away very impressed with what that coaching staff has done to hold that group together when they had so many guys go down with injuries, including their quarterback, for multiple weeks. Having to use multiple quarterbacks and plugging in guys where they weren't suited to play, and not just at quarterback, but at other spots. So, yeah, I've been pretty impressed with what they've done.
Another team that is through to the regional semifinals that is that maybe we had some questions heading into the playoffs was, we'll go to DFW. We'll talk about the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears, the defending 5A Division II state champs. We certainly had questions about them, especially on one side of the ball. They're now through to the regional semifinals. Has your opinion on the Golden Bears changed at all over the last couple of weeks?
Maybe this is why Jason Todd wears all those white warm-ups and stuff, for pulling a Lazarus-style, rebirth of this team from 0-3 and looking really, really unfit and unprepared to play. What a job he's done to get them to remember who they are, to say, hey, we are the Mecca. We are supposed to be better than this. And getting kids who, I don't know, to quote Mike Gundy, whenever somebody asks him about another team, the Oklahoma State coach, his quick response is, I don't know, I'm not in their camp. Okay, but I'm not being in the South Oak Cliff camp. I can tell you this: he clearly got some guys who might not have believed enough that they could do the things that they're capable of doing, like they did in 2021 and 2022, to get it turned around. So yeah, two reclamation jobs changing on the fly in midseason. Those 2 teams you mentioned, Lake Travis and South Oak Cliff.
And finally, I'll ask you about this at the 4A level. I want to talk about Anna, because Anna's a team that they've been excellent all year long, obviously undefeated through the regular season. But last week against Stephenville, it did feel like let's call it a pedigree disparity between those 2 programs.
Yeah.
Has your opinion on the Anna Coyotes, now heading into another matchup, which one would call a pedigree disparity against the Salina Bobcats, has your opinion on the Anna Coyotes changed at all?
Well, it has, in the respect now I'm going to stop being stunned by some of the things they've done, because you guys got to chuckle at us. I know Aaron Hardigan did when we kept pulling up highlights or scores and winning games, and my only response was to continue to say, Anna? And they kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. And now I'm seeing when they have a must-level strike offense, they do it. And when they have to absolutely get a stop, they do it. So I'm going to stop being shocked about it with what they're capable of doing, no matter what happens from here on out. Great job up there, and it's been a lot of fun to see.
Talking with Craig Way, the Texas High School Ball Hall of Famer here on Texas Football Today. Get involved in the conversation in hashtag TF Today. All right, Craig. One of the remarkable statistics that came out last week, and credit to Jay Plotkin, our friend at the Lake Travis View, for this, that Lake Travis is now 7-0 all time against teams that they have that when they're facing them a second time in a season, which is a rather remarkable stat in a lot of ways. There's one other game that I know is or that I believe has an opportunity to flip the script. We talked about Anna and Salina. That is a rematch from earlier this year. We've already seen that. When you talk about, we're getting to the time of year where there's other games, including you talk about down in District 13 4A Division 2 with Wimberley playing Jarrell and Lago Vista taking on Geronimo Navarro. When it comes to a second time around, and we are seeing a decent number of rematches, how do you kind of factor that in whenever you're figuring out exactly how you think these games are going to go?
Well, no better example than the district you just pulled up, because you have two head-to-heads there in 13 4A D2. 1, 2, 3, and 4 all have reached the Sweet 16. And we've seen it before. Saw it a couple of years ago in the district with Franklin and Buffalo and Rogers and Lexington. We saw that a couple of years ago. And this is not the only district that's happened to this year. That said, then you start looking, to use your word again, at the pedigree level and where things are. And then you kind of draw your conclusions. And I was fascinated to see what our good friend Jerry Forrest and Pigskin Prep, what the computer said about it. Because the computer, as you might imagine, says Wimberley should handle Jarrell, and they did, and then some the first meeting. And I think the computer says the Texans by like 25 or something like that. And I don't think anybody would be surprised by that that's going out to Gupton Stadium to see that on Friday evening, if that indeed takes place. It's the other game that has folks looking at it going, remember, Lago Vista actually finished third in that district, Navarro the 2 seed. And the computer, I think, likes Lago by 11 or something like that. Going into that, those two are very, very, very close. And Lago is another one of those programs, Tep, that deserves a tip of the cap, like Dripping Springs, like several others that we've seen step up and deliver in a higher classification. So for Lago, for their first 4A into 4A, they've done a heck of a job with that. That could wind up being the best game of the weekend in a game of great, a weekend of great ball games. Which leads to one final thing here, Tep. On this Thanksgiving weekend, there's one other thing to be thankful for. For folks who don't know this, Tepper and I, sometimes we'll text about certain matchups and this and that, and we got to going about 100 miles an hour this morning about, wouldn't this matchup be great? Wow, wouldn't this quarterfinal be great? Wow, how about this semifinal? Could you see this? Could you see possibly a Gunner Canadian Part 100? All of this other kind of stuff. And then I thought, wait a minute, we've got some great matchups this weekend. So I'm going to be thankful for the matchups we have this weekend. And then I'll get all excited like we were doing this morning next week when we get to quarterfinals.
That's true. Our phones were buzzing. He's Craig Way. He's Texas High School Ball Hall of Famer. You can hear him on the call. Carthage and Gilmer. Friday night, Valley Sports Southwest, 6 o'clock kick. He will be there. You can hear him on the horn in Austin, and then see him on High School Scoreboard Live on Valley Sports Southwest on Saturday. Craig, appreciate your time, my friend. Happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you on Friday.
Yeah, listen, happy Thanksgiving. And I know someone in that building is excited about that matchup involving, Yellow Jackets and Cobras this weekend.
Playing on Thanksgiving, baby. Let's go.
It should be fun between Vanderbilt Industrial and whoever they're playing. Thanks, Craig. Appreciate your time.
Happy Thanksgiving,
All right.
Craig.
You too.
There he goes. Craig Way, the Texas High School Hall of Famer, joined us here every Tuesday on Texas Football Today.
I should have had the Lano screenshot pulled up, but I don't need to show that anymore because I'm terrified that you're going to be the reason that Lano loses.
You also should have had the photo that Craig sent us last night. Last night when we went to Costa Mesa?
Yes. Oh
Okay.
man, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I should have.
Yeah, he
They
was down
look
there
so
because
good.
UT was playing a basketball game against somebody else, like Northern Arizona or something like that. But they played it at UTRGV, just as kind of like their kind of preseason tour and stuff or like a non-conference tour stuff like that. And so he got to go down to Edinburgh and like
He went to the one in McAllen.
he went to the one in McAllen,
Yeah.
and so we were relatively jealous. Anyway,
Very jealous.
We appreciate Craig White hopping on with us. We're Texas Football Today. We're here every weekday at noon on TexasFootball.com, talking football in the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter at DCTF, like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbell's, and of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Oh, pickle. Dairy Max and Dave Campbell's Texas Football are proud to team up this year to honor excellence in coaching and the hard work that assistant coaches put in on behalf of their teams. Each week, the Dave Campbell's Texas Football staff nominates 4 deserving candidates for the Dairy Max Built by Chocolate Milk Assistant Coach of the Week. Let fans decide on the winner via Twitter poll. It all leads up to the Dairy Max Built by Chocolate Milk Assistant Coach of the Year, decided at season's end. Your Week 13 Dairy Max Built with Chocolate Milk Assistant Coach of the Week nominees. How about McKinney offense coordinator Rowdy Harper? The Lions offense ignited for 348 yards, including 5 total touchdowns from quarterback Keldrick Luster in a 42-7 win over Dallas Jesuit. Abilene defensive coordinator James Williamson. The Eagles stifled Red Oak, holding the Hawks to just 84 total yards and 4 first downs in a dominating 35-0 victory. Georgetown offensive coordinator Ricky Beatty. Weston Bruce threw for 385 yards and 4 touchdowns, and Andrew Petter added 3 rushing touchdowns in the Eagles' 55-22 win over Magnolia West. And finally, Alamo Heights defensive coordinator Jordan Ricker. The Mules shut down Gregory Portland's offense and held them scoreless until the final minutes in a 31-8 win. So those are your Week 13 Dairy Max Built with Chocolate Milk Assistant Coach of the Week nominees. Vote now on Twitter at DCTF. One last thing to do today, Mademoiselle Pickle.
We got 2 more things.
2 more
to do.
things to do this week. Today, Mademoiselle Pickle. And that is to roll out the Dave Campbell's Texan Live Top 10 Plays of the Week. We scour the internet, we scour the globe for the biggest Texas high school football plays of the week. We throw them together into a well-edited piece of media that we will share with you now. Here they are. The Dave Campbell's Texan Live Top 10 Plays of the Week of the area round, presented by our friends at Body Armor.
Very impressive. Maybe he'll be able to hit one of those later on tonight.
He's very athletic, obviously. Serrano's punt received at the 41-yard line. Good return.
The wall.
Really good return. Cutting it inside. Farrakhan is going to go. Touchdown Highlanders.
Touchdown Highlanders.
Quanell Farrakhan. 59-yard return.
And it's going to be a 2nd and 6 here for Crippen, who's going to look to throw right side. Looks for his man. Caught. I'm not sure he kept his feet in bounds. Let's see what the referee says. It's caught towards the end zone. Touchdown.
On the right. A handoff. This one goes to Williams. He's going to break through. Scampering down the right side. He's got blockers in front of him. He's at the 20. Breaking through. He's in for the touchdown.
Vertical. And A&M may have been offsides. Flag. Free play. Caught at the 20. To the 10. And in for the touchdown. Is Medicals.
Davis drops, firing, end zone, looking for Banks. He's got him for the touchdown. 21 yards from Jordan Davis to Jacoby Banks.
It open over the middle. I'm sure Westfield sees that. This will be Atkins on first down. Atkins now cuts back to the right side. Atkins across midfield. It's a foot race. Inside the 30, the 20, the 10, into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Wilson will be the snapper. From 35 yards out, Hunter Real for the win. It's long enough, and it is good! It's good! Hunter Real for the win! Lake Travis is moving on to the regionals.
Lampert takes the snap. Fires it to his man. He's got him, and he goes up, and he gets it for the touchdown! Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
In Washington, Caleb and Jacob. Butler to throw, right side. Ja'Cory Watson, touchdown.
Looking to throw. He's going deep over the middle, and it is caught! Touchdown, Port
touch. The Titans have made it a 1-point game in the closing moments. Caleb Goody.
There it is. Dave Campbell's Texan Live Top 10 Plays of the Week presented by the Body Armor. If you've got a play that you want to be considered for the Top 10 Plays of the Week, tweet it to us. Hashtag DCTF Top 10. All right, now we have one last thing to do today, Pickle.
Thank you.
Dave Campbell's Texas Football is proud to honor one head football coach in each classification with the Coach of the Year, that too, but Coach of the Week award.
Eventually, it leads up
exactly.
to that.
Each coach recognized with a special honor typifies the best in Texas high school football. Your Week 13, Dave Campbell's Texas Football Coaches of the Week. In 6A, Dave Handel from Tomball. First-year head coach Handel and Tomball are at it again after going into the playoffs with a little fanfare for the second straight year. The Cougars are on another magical run after stunning previously unbeaten New Caney 16-15. In 5A, Kelly Lee from Brownsville Veterans Memorial. Second-year head coach Lee has brought his ground strike offense to the RGV from eastern New Mexico. It's putting up eye-popping numbers, rolling up 744 yards of offense in a 74-59 win over Victoria West. In 4A, Randy Smith from Silsbee. Coach Smith has the Tigers roaring at 12-0 on the year after a 34-0 area-round win over Smithville. It's the first time since 1971 that Silsbee has won 12 games in a season. In 3A, Craig Smith from Hitchcock. Coach Smith's Bulldogs looked dead in the water Friday night, trailing Woodville by 17 points at halftime, but the Bulldogs put together a sensational second-half effort to rally for a 36-31 win to advance to the regional semifinals. In 2A, Benny Hewitt from Chilton. Coach Hewitt's unbeaten Pirates continued their magical 2022 run on Friday night with a dominant 47-8-7 win over Brackettville. In 1A, Tyler Goodwin from Nazareth. Coach Goodwin's Swifts left no doubt in their area-round matchup with Spring Lake Earth, toppling the Wolverines 62-28 to become the only district runner-up to advance to the six-man regional final. In the private school ranks, Aaron Beck from Fort Worth All Saints. Coach Beck's Saints flipped the script on district rival Argyle Liberty Christian, avenging a 31-0 loss to the Warriors just 3 weeks prior with a 37-20 win over the TAPS Division II quarterfinals. So those are your Week 13 Dave Campbell's Texas Football Coaches of the Week. Congratulations to all the coaches, and thank you for what you do for players, schools, and communities. For more information, visit texasfootball.com. Let's go over to Ashley Pickle for America's second favorite segment, Final Thoughts.
Coming up next, 2 o'clock, wherever you're watching this, WTF. It is probably the biggest show that we have done in WTF history because we're breaking down Houston today.
Who are you talking to?
Our very own Trevor Bullard.
Oh, wow. Finally, Trevor Bullard on Women Talking Football.
You'll love to see it.
I love it. I love it.
So we're excited. But actually, we're throwing out all of our normal things we do. We've got like a big episode planned. We're not doing what we usually do. We're switching it up. We've added a lot of new stuff. We're going to do that for DFW and Houston. So 2 more regions left, and we threw everything away. We're going off the rails. So tune in. It'll be a big one. We're excited.
You know I don't like change.
Well, yeah.
Go on. No, finish your thought.
No.
That's going to do it for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at TCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at texasfootball.com. Thanks again to the Hall of Famer Craig Way for being our guest. For Ashley Pickle, I'm Greg Tepper. Vince Young, please win your Player of the Year trophy. We'll see you tomorrow for the Thanksgiving Spectacular on Texas Football Today.